Hello, Sweet Talk Martin friends, and welcome back to today's video. Okay, so I should start saying sweet and sexy friends, okay? Because we don't even know if we're gonna still be a Doc Martin channel anymore. But we are doing a little DIY today. We're gonna break up the episodes, guys, with random videos in between. So you know how I roll. I never like to keep it consistent, even though, you know, they say consistency is key. Your girl says do whatever the fuck you want. Okay, so we have quite a few little DIY projects today. They involve just kind of repurposing things that I don't want to get rid of, that I want to polish up to keep and like still be able to wear. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And we're gonna be eating because I literally don't have any time to do a fucking thing. So we need to eat while I film this video. First project. So I have this Mingle London hoodie. You guys know I raved about this set multiple times. I wear this 2 to 3 times a week, guys. I literally can't even make that up. This and the sweatpants that go with it are probably my most worn item. And unfortunately, I do have to wash this regularly because it does get a little stinky. So actually that means that even when I wash it on delicate, one of the grommets fell off, and I don't even put it in the dryer. I air dry it and the grommet still fell off. So I'm going to do like a little sew job here. I'm going to sew it back on like with the threads on the outside so you can kind of see it, so it looks like a black design of sorts is kind of what I was thinking, because I wanted to make it look cool. And hopefully none of the other ones fall off. This time around they did not, so that's good. That's good. That is, I think, a risk with grommets though, because of the way they are put into the fabric. They're not sewn in or anything. So like fair, Mingle London fair, even though this hoodie is literally, let me not even talk about it. Okay, so I'm gonna sew this on and I'm gonna show you guys the finished product of what that sew job looks like. I hope it comes out as cool as I think it's going to in my brain. We'll see. I actually think I'm gonna do a different color thread. I'm gonna do red because why not? Why not make it pizzazzy? You know, why not make it pop? Okay, I don't know why I'm so silly today, y'all. I have no answers. I don't know how much thread I'm gonna need. I probably am not gonna need this much, but whatever. It's like thicker fabric, so you know, I just like to use a bigger needle. I don't really know if that's actually a sewing thing, guys. That's just what I prefer. So if y'all are sewing fanatics and, you know, whatever, don't judge me. But I have to say I am a pretty awesome at getting that thread through the hole. Okay, I tied a super thick knot. I'm gonna do this, and then when I'm done, I'm gonna check back in with y'all, okay? Okay, y'all, so I actually ended up using all that thread. It kind of came out super sick. I was not trying to do a pentagram, just so you all know, but that came out so cool. I wanted it to look like kind of gothic and funky. I wasn't planning on putting anything in the middle like that, but that's how it kind of ended up crumbling. So I think that gives it a super sick touch. I might end up doing that with all of them, especially if another one falls off. It's also kind of a little skewed because of the way the thing is, but because of the way the hood hangs, you're not gonna be able to tell. But again, repurposed, no harm, no foul. This is a few $100 hoodie, no big deal. We fixed it. We're gonna have this until it literally falls into little tiny pieces. Okay, that looks so cool. I actually just really like that. It gives it so much edge. Woo! Okay, all right, next thing. So remember those 2 jackets I DIY'd in my last video? Well, I didn't take the time to like put the patches on properly, so one of them did fall off. I want to stick them on and add fabric glue. I did pull out some of my vintage buttons. I'm considering adding some buttons onto the jackets too, but I'm not entirely sure. Let's touch base in a second. I need to use a little bit more though. Okay. Remember, always stay hydrated.
Love you.
So, this jacket has a whole bunch of patches on it that are like almost falling off. And this one actually did fall off, unfortunately. We're gonna clean up the patches basically with this fabric glue. So I'm gonna fabric glue all my patches on both my white. Me not realizing that I lied. So this actually fell off of my white jacket. So sorry. So sorry. So we're just gonna put fabric glue like around the edges here where the patches are coming up, and we're just gonna let that sit. And like I feel like it's gonna be overkill if I add more buttons, but also like I am a maximalist, and I did get all these vintage buttons for like $15. So I don't know. I don't really know if any of these would actually like fit the vibes though, too. Like these will have a place. They absolutely will. I just don't know if it's on these jackets. Yeah, I think I am going to pass on the buttons and fix all of the patches. And we're going to have to let these dry because if we don't, then they're not going to stay anyway. So, this isn't really a finished project DIY, guys. I'm also kind of trying to give you tips on what to do so you don't have to like get rid of stuff. I used to be like, you guys know I used to be a shopaholic, so it was like buy everything I could whenever I can, get rid of something, throw it out. But like being with a wealthy person taught me that you need to be able to reuse things for as long as possible and not buy anything else. That's what they don't teach you when you're poor. Isn't that ass backwards? But yeah, so instead of like ever getting rid of these jackets or worrying about things just kind of getting, you know, misconstrued. Number one, we could add more to the jackets if they start to look haphazard. If they get a stain, also. I love adding patches and studs when things have stains because it just covers it up, which we're actually doing a really sick DIY I'm going to show you guys in a second. And really, fabric glue, guys, fabric glue is the biggest hack. It's like a few bucks. And like, if you have anything that you need to glue together, this stuff is like so nifty, and it actually lasts like through the laundry and through everything else. Like it definitely does not get not tacky, I guess, if that's the word. Like all the things that I have fabric glued, like I said, I actually didn't fabric glue these, unfortunately. But everything else I have fabric glued really stays. But you do have to let it dry. That is the caveat. If you don't let it dry appropriately, it will not stay. I'm going to let this dry over here. I'm going to put a little bit of weight on it so that it actually stays dry or stays drying. Yeah, that's really it for the jackets, guys. My jackets, I'm in love with what I did to my jackets. I have no complaints. And like I thrifted these jackets. If you guys remember, like I thrifted these jackets at the bins and I DIY'd them. I didn't even show you guys because I'm a fucking asshole. But remember I DIY'd these. You guys can go on my Instagram if you want to look at them again, or if you want to watch one of my past videos to see the final product. I posted a couple reels with these and actually a recent photo in the white one. I actually am really proud of these jackets for having little materials and really just like very little DIY experience in general. And for being an actual sped, I'm like really impressed with how these came out. Type B personalities unite. You know, all my type B girlies, comment down below. P.S. If you like these videos, please tell your friends, your family, your coworkers, the people you hate. Tell them that there's a girl on the internet who likes to style Doc Martens. Can you do that for me? Could you do me a solid? Can you tell them? I think I'd be able to help them. I think you guys know I would be able to help them. They would be feeling their 10 out of 10. Also, you can click the link below if you want me to style you. Love you guys so much. Okay, continuing the video. Should we do like a life update too? Like a little talky talk while I do this? I don't know, y'all. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna try to move back a little bit. Oh, I'm like, I brought the beanbag chair over, y'all, and I'm like not even sitting in it. Okay. So we're gonna do one last small project, then we're gonna get to the 2 cool projects, okay? 2 actual cool projects. So my man's picked this cup out for me. It says it worked for caffeine. I had no personality. I washed it once and it literally broke. This is such a perfect coffee cup. Like, you guys have no idea. Like, I literally love him so much. He just knows me really well. But I need to super glue this because I'm not getting rid of this cup. I almost did and I was like, no, fuck that. Fuck that. The handle broke. We can fix it. Again, repurpose, y'all. Okay. I have no idea where all my energy is coming from. Guys, I do nothing but work. Morning to night I work and I like am this energized. Maybe it's true what they say, you know, that like work is actually what keeps you happy. Sometimes I believe that. Sometimes I do, because there's no way I can work like 80 hours a week and just be happy about it. Oh, no super glue on my pants. There's no way. There's no way. Okay. So I have no clue if this is going to work, guys. I have no freaking clue. I do really like super glue. I do really hope this works. This is also something that's going to have to dry. So maybe in my next video, I'll show you guys all these projects, like wearing them on, so you can see. But, oh, fuck. Dude, I don't know how. You know what, I'm just gonna, it kind of gives it character, doesn't it? We're just gonna let that go. We're gonna let that go. We're gonna leave it dry and we're gonna hope that all's well that ends well. Okay? All right, so now on to the fun projects. Okay, and maybe we'll talk about life. I don't really know what to say though, besides I'm becoming an official businesswoman, and a lot of the time I feel like I have no right to be her, but here we are. I was once a street rat, a ghetto, ignorant, loud, useless, gossiping human, and you know, I somehow made it out of that. Completely changed my character, and here we are. We're here wondering, can we keep our integrity and become wealthy? It's possible, you know, there is old money. I feel like a lot of old money is healthy and hard and like earned from a lot of hard work for the most part, but there are caveats to that too, I guess. I kind of have thought about it, and I think the whole point of this journey for me was really just to see how much I could accomplish and maintain who I am and maintain not having to do dirty and shady shit to get there, you know? Like I said, we're still probably like only a third of the way through this shit show that has been the past like couple years of my life, but what's life without adventure, right? My boyfriend and I are surprisingly very compatible, and I am blessed to have met such a sweet, sweet human that is inside of a man's body. Two of the biggest life updates. Business is on the up and up. We're out here grinding, living life, you know? And I just happen to be madly in love on top of all of it. But not in a way, guys, where it's like toxic. Because this is that like, I'm so in love with this person. I would do anything for them but sacrifice who I am or be disrespected. And I've never ever felt that way about a person. But I've also never had a man respect me and be as attuned to me and be as loving and gentle and kind as he is. And I think like a lot of things that people miss in relationships is that like autonomy piece. And it's something I even struggled with when I was younger. I was so emotional. I feel like, especially after like I would have sex, that's a whole other discussion. The autonomy would just not be there, you know, and I think that happens a lot in relationships. But I think if you have a purpose and you can maintain autonomy, I really think that that is a big piece of like being in love with somebody and staying in love with them. Obviously, besides being like attracted to them, because you know, you kind of need to think they're really hot too. Like, I'm not gonna lie, you need to think they're pretty freaking hot, okay? I'm gonna leave that there. But anywho, okay, so I have this gorgeous halter top from Express. It's a sweetheart neckline. I don't have big tits. It would look so much better if I had big tits. But I do want to wear this. I'm going to Hawaii in a couple weeks. Should I do a packing for Hawaii, guys? Comment down below. Do you want me to do, because I'm going to be packing a small suitcase. I'm only going for like 6 days or 7 days, but me and my man's like going to Hawaii. So I want to wear this, but guess what I'm going to do? Because she has a stain on her, which you can only see in certain light. You might be able to see it there. I'm not sure. So we're going to, and it's in the middle. So we're going to do studs where the stain is. Guess what we're going to do, guys? Guess what we're going to do? We're going to do a heart of studs. And I just think it's going to be so freaking cool. It's probably going to make it more of like a night out top though, rather than a day top. But I don't know. We'll see. Obviously it still has the tags on it. So I've never worn this. I have no idea how it got a stain on it. But that's white for you to choose our studs. And by the way, guys, I got these on Amazon. I use these in almost every DIY video. Ooh, we could do these maybe. These are kind of fun. They're more like teeth. They look like teeth. I don't know. I can't do like a shape. It's gonna look kind of dumb, I think. So before I like stab holes in this, we're gonna see if I'm gonna try to lay this out first. And see if I can even do this with this style. Ah, man, I don't know what I want to do, bro. And just catch my next video to watch me style this stuff. Because I'm probably going to style it with my Doc Martens I'm trying to get rid of. That y'all aren't helping me even get rid of, by the way. I really probably should be showing you guys what I'm doing here. But, you know, fucking YOLO. I just laid out the studs so I could kind of see, like, where they're at. So far, this is what we have. Oh, it looks kind of cool. It looks kind of cool, guys. Oh, shit. Okay. Okay, so that's what I did. I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. It looks a little weird, but also it's cool. I don't know. I like it. I'm thinking about writing on it or drawing on it with a fabric marker too. It just kind of looks like I have like pointy things coming out of the middle of my shirt. But you know what? I'm not even mad about it. I do kind of wish they would stay together, which is kind of what I wanted. But I think they're kind of going to hang. It kind of looks like a vortex or something. I don't know. But I dig it. I like it. That's all that matters. Remember that studded bag I kept styling and I was like, oh, it's going to be so perfect once I put studs on it? Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely doing that. I'm thinking about lining them. Oof. Okay. So this is thick as fuck. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the studs in there. Maybe I can do it in the seams. Not me, like, oh, okay, so I can put them in the seams. So we're going to do that. That's where they're going to go. Okay. You see? Hopefully that like shows you guys where I'm coming from there. So I just want to show you guys, this side came out perfect. This side, so the seam came out and I don't know how I managed to do this side perfectly. On that side the seam came out, but I did put fabric glue on it and I'm hoping that by next video that's cured. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys. And again, check out my next styling video with my Doc Martens to see which ones we'll have in the next episode. And I love you guys so much. Whew. I'll talk to you guys in the next video. I have food in my teeth. Talk to you guys in the next video. Love you guys so much.